Hi, I'm MTG, and welcome to my channel where I waste my wild cards on meme decks so you don't have to. And today we are doing some silly enchantress things, but before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel. Every like, every subscribe, every comment means a lot, and it's a huge help to just help, making the channel grow. So I just want to give a shout out to some new subscribers from the last week. And yeah, that's, I guess, thank you to Zachary, Adam, Ben, Kyle, Jorge, Panorium, Michael, Kyle, and Will. Appreciate your support, means a lot. And yeah, I'll stop with, I don't know, this tangent. But thank you so much for, again, everyone who's been supporting it. It can't explain enough how much it means. So thank you again. And let's go check out the deck list. See you in a sec. All right, here is the commander for Enchanted. So it is Satsuki the Living Lore. And what inspired me to build this was I played against someone on Spell Table that had this really cool like pillow fort like monstrosity that either had to pay like to ghostly prison type effects to deal damage, or they had solitary confinement that was just preventing damage anyways. So it was pretty cool because they made themselves like practically untouchable. But the other piece of this that obviously is going to be difficult to replicate is you don't really have a lot of access to those cards like you do in Commander. But for Historic Brawl, this commander can still be really powerful just because there's a few things that come from this. One is the recursion values that you can get through your sagas, but then you can also expedite like how your sagas are going through each of their counters to get kind of double the value in one turn. And so what I mean by that is you can tap it and put a lore counter on each saga you control. And let's say you have something that is like putting +1/+1 counters on creatures for like multiple steps. Well, then you can tap this and double the amount of counters that go on that creature because you're going through step 1 and step 2 in the same turn. And that just made something that was a little squishy suddenly very big and threatening. And I just thought that was like really incredible. And then the aspect too is like, well, if I'm playing Neon Dynasty like sagas, like I at least get a body at the end of it. But with other sagas, like they just hit like the graveyard after they're done going through their steps, and it kind of depends on whether or not if you're going to get that value again. You might have like 1 or 2 effects that can get enchantments out of your graveyard. But what's cool about Satsuki is that when it dies, you can get a lot more things for value out of your graveyard and keep just casting those sagas for getting that additional value. So I introduced some really interesting directions and flexibility that you can take this just based on the ability to get, essentially recurring sagas over and over again. So with that, I think I can start here to, outline the more general like aspects I think like you guys already know about for enchantress builds, which is just things like Sithis, where you're drawing a lot of cards and gaining life, and then like other I want to say like kind of cards that go just automatically into these kind of enchantress shell decks. But basically just looking at these things, like you cast an enchantment, you get a card draw. And that's just like one of the things that I think makes enchantress builds so powerful, is just the sheer amount of value you can get just from casting enchantments. You get tons of card draw from it. So I won't go too much into that piece of it. But one thing that I did want to touch on was just how powerful, the recursion value that you have. And usually when you look at like green and white, you don't think like, oh, I'm going to have a graveyard focused deck. But there's so many new, like especially green cards that, introduce like the ability to get things out of the graveyard, that it's almost feels like you're playing like a mono black, like living death deck kind of. But I mean, obviously it's a different win con, but you're still like, if you see these color combinations, maybe it's a good idea to have graveyard hate. But one card I think is really incredible and one of the most powerful cards is Kami of Transience. So it has Trample, and then it gets a +1/+1 counter whenever you cast an enchantment spell. So like that is basically a built-in win con right there. But the crazy part is if an enchantment was put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you can return it from the graveyard to your hand. So this is going to happen a lot unless it gets exiled, because like, you know, sagas like Elspeth Conquers Death are going to move through their chapters and then leave the battlefield. Or if, you know, one of your enchantment creatures is removed, it's gonna like come back. So this thing is just like a constant threat unless like your opponent exiles it. But for the most part, like this is just gonna keep coming back and hitting your opponent in the face. Shigeki is insane, especially with the channel ability where you can return X target non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. So notice how it says cards and not like specific like to, you know, a type. So it could be like a creature, could be enchantment. It's insane. So you just have a lot of value that you can pull out of your graveyard. And I kind of looked at these effects as like my backup commander effects if she got too expensive. And then the other card too that actually ended up saving me in 1 games, and you'll see, is just the ability to also get like target creature or land cards and stuff out. So for 1 card that I'll talk about here in a second, it put like it just basically countered like a mill ability. But to have this in here too, like let's say someone is milling you, well now your graveyard, that's not a bad thing because you're basically a graveyard deck, right? So you're like, oh cool, thanks for helping me find like my enchantments that I wanted. And so stuff like this, you know, chapter 3 lets you like bring a creature or land card to your hand. So now it's almost like, especially if someone's milling you out, you're getting like your free tutors, right? And so here with like Timeless Witness, great card, really awesome for just getting back again whatever value you're looking for. And then this too was something that I saw as just like kind of anti-mill. So like, you know, was it that new Grixis commander that's just sad when it attacks you because you mill like half your library rounded down? Well, this one, okay, they mill a ton of your enchantments, you drop this, and now you're just like poof, like the equivalent of like white living death, right? Like this is insane. And then over here to these cards, like Generous Visitor is just an incredible card, especially if you can play it like turn 1 and it doesn't get removed, because you're just dropping enchantments left and right and it gets huge. And then 2, like with this saga, like you're already for your phase 1 if you have enchantments out, giving something quite a huge boost. But then if you do this twice for step 1 and step 2 by tapping Satsuki, now you're putting an insane amount of +1/+1 like strength onto like whatever squishy creature you have. So it's batty bonkers. And the other card too that I thought was just insane and really cool when you have like some sort of removal effect was Weaver of Harmony, because it lets you pay a forest and then tap and copy a target activated or triggered ability you control from an enchantment source. So let's say like this is out on the battlefield and then you drop Elspeth Conquers Death. Well, you can choose to copy these effects with that. And so there's like ways that you can copy the exile effect and hit 2 creatures. And that's crazy because now you're literally getting 2 hits with this one like spell here. So I thought that was incredible. And then this spell as well, Boseiju reaches skyward. So you search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards, reveal them, put them into your hand and shuffle. And that's great. I love all that. But what's the best part about this card is when you flip it, it has reach, and it gets +1/+1 for each land you control. So we're in green, we're ramping, it gets crazy. But something else to consider is when you drop this card, Mending of Dominaria, so you're milling cards, right? But if you look down at step 3, you return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, then you shuffle your graveyard into your library. So this is great for like countering any sort of mill effects. And again, there's a commander right now that's very popular for milling. This is basically like your mill protection from that. And if anything, it turns it against them, because if you're milling a ton of your lands and they haven't played any graveyard hate to make you exile, like cool, once you hit step 3 for that, you're bringing all those lands back, right? And we have like an insane amount of mana, because if someone's making you mill half your library, chances are you're gonna get a lot of land drops from the step 3. And 2, if you're concerned about like, okay, you know, maybe they are gonna, you know, remove this somehow with like a Feed the Swarm. Well, you can expedite to get to step 3, so you can get that effect before it gets removed, thanks to Satsuki if you tap it. So it's pretty crazy. There's so much value. There's so many cool things you can do. And I'm really excited to show you basically how this deck does. So see you out there. Oh geez, let's see what we can do against this. This is actually a pretty sweet start. Yeah, I'll keep that. Because I think the main thing is going to be trying to outpace them being able to play that, right? Maybe I should have played Idyllic Grange first, but you know what? This is my first game of the day, so we'll call it good. Blame it on that. So I think we want Jukai Naturalist down too. Or actually, let's do Kami and then Jukai. Because we want to get those like additional counters on this. Because the enchantment spell, because it's an enchantment creature. Assuming it doesn't get countered or murdered in 2 seconds. Okay. Nice part though, if it does get murdered, anytime an enchantment is put into the graveyard, there's a chance for it to come back. Boop. Trying to make it bigger there. Awesome. And going for 3 damage. So they have Midnight Clock. Interesting. And the cool part is we could do Evolution Sage, drop the Grange, proliferate that counter too. But if we hit like another untapped land, I'll put that down. Oh. Interesting. Okay. I wonder, are they planning to mill themselves a lot? It says target opponent. I don't know. Oh, sweet. We got our untapped land there. So we'll put you down. And then we'll put this down. Yep. Oh, yep. Confirming. And then we'll attack. Bonk, bonk. Yeah. And then next turn we can probably get like double, right? Because we can put... actually I think this would be the better card. Oh, never mind. We're gonna murder the crap out of that. This is exile, so... we'll discard... I think we want this out, and... this out. Submitting those two. And then the nice part, again, is we're not super worried about taking out Xander, because we're exiling it. So it won't get the death trigger of making us sack permanents, which is very nice. And then I'll put my commander down, so if they do make us sack anything, potentially we could get it back with the commander. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I was very lucky we had that exile removal, so we didn't have to worry about the commander. Kind of the perfect starting hand just because of that. Let's see, what does this do again? Target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile an instant or sorcery card. You may cast that without paying its mana cost. Okay, so that's interesting. Not... oh, okay. Fateful Absence. Probably gonna hit Kami, right? Yeah. Which is fine. And this is also good protection with like the blue kind of stealing people's stuff. Resolve. Okay, okay. So I think we probably want to put Boseiju down. Grab this and that. We'll put a lore counter on. Sure. Probably not the best that we put that card down, but I think we'll be fine because we can draw it. Submit. So now we have Osage. Oh, my cat Kerrigan. Come swear she just likes starring in these videos. Okay. So let's put this down. And hopefully we're not playing right into a board wipe. I was actually just realizing we're probably doing that a bit. I think we're at the point where we just want to keep the pressure on, so I don't really care if we lose either of those two because we're not really trying to proliferate anything anymore. And we're just going to hope that they don't have a board wipe and hopefully go wide. If they do, though, we can get something back with the commander. But Moonblessed Cleric is probably going to be best for trying to tutor up what we need to close things out if we can't this turn. Ooh, Miria's Call is good. I think we can still go wide though, right? Okay. We'll put down Moonblessed. Take action. We'll grab Elspeth. Oh, GG! Treasures. Sacrificing Papiers. I do like the mana options that we got here. This is good in our starting hand. I don't know if this is very good though. I kind of feel like as much as I like the ratio of like mana and stuff break down here, but like I just don't feel like we have enough good starting play, so I'm gonna mulligan. This is better. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay. We will put this down. And pass turn. I don't want to put my commander down yet because we don't really have a need for lore counter increase or grabbing something out of the graveyard because there's nothing for me to really fetch. So if it dies, it's just a sad time. Okay. I'm going to put Enchantress Presence down just so we can get a card draw trigger from that, and then we can put down 2 lands and have some smooth ramp and card draw. I do anticipate this getting like pretty much removed as soon as it hits the board though. Okay, they got Scute Swarm. So we'll drop this, put you down, we'll get a card draw, and put another land down. What do we want to do here? Huh. I think we're a bit in a tricky bind, I think, with Scute Swarm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't play her next turn either. Okay. We may just use this to scry. But I also am worried about like using an enchantment removal piece in a deck because it's artifact too. So if they have like the treasure, was it bootlegger stash? Okay, so we do want to hit that too, so they can't get card advantage on us when they have Scute Swarm out, because I would not want that to happen. It's sorcery speed, unfortunately. Thought that was instant. Darn. Okay, so we hit a land drop. That's pretty good too. I think we're gonna hit their card draw, because we don't have super solid other plays right now. Okay. And at least we got some decent bodies. I will swing in with this. They're definitely gonna chump block with that little insect. Or maybe not. Oh, they're double blocking. Okay. That's fine with me. I can get it back because it's an enchantment creature. Oh, and it's a feigned death thing. That's pretty sneaky. I think I'm gonna get Avra down though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have enough for that. Okay. So I don't really care if they have to use their mana to buy that back and then recast it again. We'll kind of limit the plays that they're doing if that's what they're trying to do there. And we also have Valorous Stance ready too. Okay, so we want to play this because we'll get card draw. Perfect. Hit our land drop. We're gonna put on you. Sweet. Land drop. We'll put our commander down because we'll have enough to do this as well. We're gonna drop this. Ooh, perfect. Okay. Nice, and we got a Trasta. Let's put it on the commander. And let's attack. Okay. Let's put up the erase. Ooh, Elder Gargaroth is good. I will be able to murder it. So I think I want to get a Trasta down. We'll put it on... Let's put on our little token here. Spread the love. Okay, we're dropping our land here. So I think we want to start with murdering that. And then we'll drop this. And we have enough for our Trasta still. Okay, got our card draw in. Perfect, perfect. Okay. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and activate their ability to speed this up. Perfect. GG. Another Xander. Think we got lucky the first time we played. I'm gonna keep it. And part of it is I think we can put the commander down, drop this, and boost her a little bit. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. Yeah, let's get this down. Okay, get some card draw. Next, no attacks. End turn. Gotta be paying attention too. Looks like they left potential counter spell magic up too. Should we bait it out? Let's bait it out. See if they'll stop this. We got our card draw. Nope, some resolves. Let's put it on you. And then let's put a lore counter. Put it on you. And then we'll attack. I doubt they're gonna want to block. Yep, they're gonna take it. Bonk. Okay. This will be really interesting. Going up against Xander always makes me nervous, and I don't have any removal in my hand to really address it right now, so they could really mill us a lot, but milling might not be a bad thing here. Okay. Gonna drop a Plains. They gave me a copy of it? I have confusion. Oh. I mean, that's not a loss. That's like double card draw. So I guess they're doing that instead of letting me have a bigger monster thing. But it wouldn't have been that big. It would have only been boosted by like, what, 1? Because it would only count itself because we don't have any other enchantments. Okay. The ETB is still gonna happen, but I'm still gonna do that so they can't get their benefits of gaining life. And then, yep, I think I can get back that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can only do that once. This is tough. Can't attack. Man, we really need that other green source. Where's our other green? Yeah, I think we have a little bit of like anti-mill protection going on. Dear Neptune. I guess put this down tapped. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. This is a little worrisome because I don't want them to drop standard. We do need another green source here. Okay. Guess we'll see if this gets countered. Oh, hits the board. Okay. No attacks. End turn. I do like that we have a way to stop counters from happening. Oof. This is ridiculous. It's so sad. We have not been hitting our green. Oh, there we are. Okay. Well, we are going to vanquish the horde. Because now the board state's too scary. We'll bring back you. Won't get any benefit playing that now. But now we can put down Atrasta, which will kind of go against what their whole sub-theme there is anyways. We'll put... So this will let us bring back foreign clicks. So maybe we put inscription foreign clicks. Trasta still. Yeah, and then mending, and we can get Varn clicks back. Ooh, unless they minus. Yep, it sucks. Man, we really got bamboozled there, not getting oh, perfect. I like that. Okay. So we're gonna hit this. The only thing I think we can sacrifice down, because this is non-lands, right? Yeah, so we didn't have anything to sacrifice from that, so we'll do this. Oh, yeah, okay. We'll help them mill. How much mana do we got? I think enough to play this, right? 1, 2. Or do we want anything else more? Maybe this so we can pull stuff out. It kind of helped us a bit by milling us. Unless they exile our whole thing, then that'll be sad. This is when I also miss my undo.
Come on, there's gotta be something useful.
Time to improvise.
Man, yeah, I think they might have this, honestly. I'm trying to think, like, what we can do to get out of it a bit. And they milled a ton of our library here. Okay. It would be cool to get Brilliant Restoration, but let's hope we don't accidentally mill that. Let's get Boring Clicks. We'll put this down. Put this down. Or attempt to. I don't think they have any way to counter it, right? Put this down. Yeah. And then maybe Vorinclex if they tap out. Did. Okay. Shoot. I think, yeah, putting Vorinclex back so we can get more things that can help the board state a lot. And then if we can't hit Liliana, they're gonna -4 and make us sacrifice both those creatures, and then we're still kind of out here, right?
I do love a good puzzle.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. Oh my god, that was like anti-mill! Good job, Mia. Wow, okay. Sorry, I'm like patting myself on the back there a little. Grab force. Dang, that's a good card. Okay. Man, I didn't realize that was gonna be the step, otherwise I would have thrown down Vorinclex, but oh well. Okay, so we'll drop this. You. Okay. We'll make cute little thing. We'll put down you. You. The goal here is that if they want us to sack stuff, we now have sack fodder. And then we'll do this. 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 And then we have 5 for... So we can pump this as up for 11. Right? 5, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we can for sure do 11. Okay, I'm just paranoid because sometimes when you tap this, it'll like include itself in the cost, and it's so obnoxious. Dual attack. You. Attack you. And you. I just want to try to get Liliana a bit out of our lives. Just so that when she does like the -4 ability.
Time to improvise.
I forgot that I tried to put like some anti-mill effects in here too, so I also have like Brilliant Restoration. But wow, I'm really happy about all of that. Okay. We got Timeless Witness too. I guess we'll just chump block here. And that's going to be an exile effect there too. Okay. So maybe they're looking for some enchantment removal, which would suck. Okay. Okay, that's a good card.
Ideas, like seconds, are fleeting.
We do have enough to eternalize this, and then I think get Vorinclex back, right? You. And then we're gonna tap her. Exiled. And then we're going to drop her. We're gonna target Vorinclex. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. This is the Vorinclex we want. Okay.
Get it!
Dropping you. I think we want to really power this up, right? So we'll do pay 11 again. Drop this. Oh, there goes Brilliant Restoration. Next. I'll attack. Let's go at their face. I don't know if that's a mistake. The reason why I'm not sure if that's a mistake, if we should be targeting Teferi, because it is giving them some card advantage. And technically my creature, I think, is a little bit protected, right? Because it's phased out, so if they board wiped, I don't think it would die. And then that came back, so are they just going to try to drain me out for this last little bit? They can't untap. We don't have a hand to discard.
Love a good puzzle.
Okay. Oh, GG's. Use the friend Vivian Monsters Advocate. Yeah. This one lets you create the beast tokens. I think I'm okay with this. Just because we can grab whatever we want with this. Hopefully we won't have to put that down as land. Ooh, sweet. Okay. Well, we were for sure gonna grab a forest. Kaboop! Alright, we are hitting the land drops, so it feels good. So we're gonna drop a plains and then probably Weaver. Would be nice to hit another forest too. So we can drop a Trasta. Okay. Oh, sweet. Perfect. Boop. And we'll have enchantment removal to deal with Garrick's Uprising. I don't think they're going to sacrifice Lotus. Yep. Okay. So next turn, drop this. Get this down. Okay. It's fine if they want to destroy that. Bonk. Okay. Another forest. We're gonna drop you. Boop. And we'll attack. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't block with Reclamation. It already did its thing. Okay. Very nice. Ooh, okay. So, thinking here, we're probably going to want to put Undo down tapped. We'll Nature's Claim that so they don't get card advantage. And then we have enough for our commander. And I'm determining here in my heart, is it worth attacking with Tressa? They'd have to block with everything, and I don't see them doing that. I didn't mean to attack with my baby spider, but... because then we can get Abra down, boost to Trasta a bit. And then again, if our commander dies, not a big deal. We'll get value back from that. Unless they exile all of our things, then that's just sadness. Looks like where we're at. Yep. Okay. Boop. And get you down. And think we're gonna put on Trasta. Rasta, however you say your name. Trasta. The spider lady. Again, don't see them blocking with Scavenging Ooze. Definitely Reclamation Sage. Yeah. Bonk. Okay, we got a body. I think if they attack with Scavenging Ooze, I'm not gonna block.
The Arkbow quivers with excitement. I love making new friends.
Okay. So we could do Amelia's Call, which I think is what we wanted. Oh, never mind. We don't have enough for that. Let's do this. And then next turn we probably have enough for that. Let's expedite. Let's put it on you. And you. And then we'll put it on you. We'll attack. That's gonna trade. I think we want to throw this. The issue here, I think, is just being able to get through. Okay. So Scavenging Ooze is gonna die. That's nice. We're okay with that. Because Avra is just gonna keep getting bigger too. And we're gonna have some more bodies here too in a second. And potentially flyers as well with Amelia's Call. Because I think we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which should be enough for that.
Savagery loves company.
Ooh, very nice. Well, this will be an interesting counters warrior then. So, I think we want this still. We'll drop this. We can't pay anything, so we'll pay 0. Or can we? Nope, we can't. Decline. Let's put it on you. We have something in the air. This has indestructible. It'll get stuffed and easy block there, so no problem. Basically a good way to discourage them from attacking us, though.
I've seen too many species die already. Things are about to get out of hand for you.
Ooh, Barnclex, very nice. Oof. Okay. Yep, okay. So we have 1, 2 here. We have you and you here. You and you. Is that lethal? Eat some of that damage, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. This Shia is technically a land. Whew. Oh my goodness, GG. Kerrigan's here for emotional support again. So, we don't have green, which isn't good. As much as I love having these two in a starting hand, it's just a little risky if we don't have the green source we need, so... Wow, this is terrible. Okay. Yeah, we definitely want to go down, and I think another Molly. And it's against tier grid too, so that's extra reason. Yikes. Alright, so now we'll mulligan again. Keep it. We do have a green source. I think... Yeah, we'll put binding, because we may not want to mill right away. And then I'm gonna try to play this one last, just because I love Ged recovery so much that I'm hoping we hit another green source. But tier grid's gonna be quite worrisome. Oh, sweet, we did. Okay, so our goodest of boys. Alright, that's a good card to draw into. We'll get them down next. I am worried about flush bag effects, but if they do make us do the flush bag, like, or sacrifice, like, we do have Spirited Companion, which is kind of why I like cards like this too. It's kind of like a more obvious choice of knowing like what to sacrifice in those situations. They already did their work when they entered the battlefield. But the nice part too is if we do have a lot of flush bag effects and tier grid's not out, we're gonna have like ways to bring stuff back.
If you surrender now, I'll still have time for tea. A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
Let's do that, because I don't think we're gonna get a lot of value off of it right now. Ooh, baby. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to just do this, unfortunately. And bonking them so they can only make us start, I guess, Reclamation Sage. I am a little worried though. We don't have a lot of card draw or gas right now. And if they just make us sack like a ton of creatures, like all we're gonna have is this to bring things back. But too, like tier grid's obviously gonna be stealing stuff. And what's hard is I don't have really a sack outlet to consistently rely on my commander to like bring stuff back. Okay. Is that a discard one? Yep. So they're definitely gonna have a lot of gas for tier grid. Resolve.
Ugh, what a
Ooh.
whiner.
Okay. I'm gonna put her down. We'll put 2 on our good boy. We're gonna send 1 here and send... Oh! Wow, I'm actually really surprised. I was super scared from that. GG. Ooh, Ishin's gonna be interesting. I do like this. We have Tutor ready. It's gonna be a little slower though, is the only thing. But maybe that's a bad thing too. No, we'll be able to make bodies. And then we can tutor something up too. And we can hit, maybe not the commander because I think he's only 3 cost, but we could probably hit something else spicy. So, I'll keep it. And Ishin allows attacking triggered abilities to trigger an additional time. Yeah. Okay, more turn 3 plays. I'm just gonna put the commander out for a body. Usually I don't like playing them so early in case they have removal, but if they use removal on this, I'm not like super concerned. But also just like a decent body if they have like a 2-drop that they can just swing in really quick. Okay, okay. Boop. We will put... It's gonna have first strike when it attacks. What's an enchantment that we'll be able to put down that we actually care about, I think? Tutor something up. Card draw is good. So maybe we want this. As much as like I was tempted to grab Elspeth's Conqueror's Death, we can't cast it right now, and I think Enchantress is just going to give us more options of what to play into. I don't see them blocking the commander. If they do trade, I'll be happy. Yeah, they want to get those dungeon triggers there. We do have a way to like remove that thing. Oh! Okay, GG. All right, I hope you enjoyed watching what Enchanted could do. We went 6-0, and I was kind of surprising because there were a few nail biter moments where I thought I was gonna lose the advantage, and then the opponent left, or we managed to somehow squeak by with a win. So I don't know how much of that was just pure luck with our opponents being busy, or I don't know, but yeah, 6-0, can't complain. But I just wanted to call out a couple of the cards that I thought really stood out from those games. Was Weaver of Harmony. Just the ability to copy target activated or triggered ability from an enchantment source is really crazy, especially when we were able to copy stuff like Elspeth Conquers Death with the exile target permanent effects, or just being able to double up on like triggers for counters. And then if you are able to do that while also tapping a Satsuki, you're potentially maybe putting like 4 counters on something depending on what enchantments you have out. So powerhouse of things. I think this card as well, just to help with like the ramp, adding another body plus counters, and then it flips to be a body that also adds counters. Super powerful. I think like the #1 MVP spot goes to Mending of Dominaria, just because it saved us from being milled out and put an insane amount of lands onto the battlefield that let us win the game. So yeah, that definite MVP player here. And then also Ava Brooke. I know it seems weird maybe to have her in because she's not an enchantment creature, but just the ability that she's a decent sized body that puts on counters and has hexproof, so added protection, I think just really makes this a powerful card to add to a green source, especially where counters are happening. So with that was my logic there. I don't know what else to say, but I think she earned an MVP spot. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Like obviously crazy card draw, I think, is what ultimately makes like Enchantress decks so powerful, is because you're always just drawing and getting a lot of value with pretty much every play you're doing. So I'm very happy I built this deck and hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Bye.